qu'il appartient à autrui.
L'homme n'a pas autorité sur son corps. L'homme n'a pas autorité sur son corps. Ceci est la volonté de Dieu qui a dit que l'homme et la femme deviendront une seule chair.
C'est vrai, mon ami.
L'homme n'a pas autorité sur son corps. La femme n'a pas autorité sur son corps. Ceci est la volonté de Dieu qui a dit que l'homme et la femme deviendront une seule chair.
C'est vrai, mes amis. J'espère que vous me suivez. Je voudrais que nous parlions à propos de l'autorité. Mon ami, tu n'es qu'un gardien des biens d'autrui. À chaque fois que le propriétaire en a besoin, il faut livrer, sans poser de conditions, encore moins des exigences. Déjà quand il y a l'amour, ça doit couler sans difficulté. Cela n'a rien à voir avec les biens matériels. Veiller sur la satisfaction de l'un et de l'autre. Éviter qu'il y ait la défaillance, il faut bien assurer.
L'homme n'a pas autorité sur son corps. L'homme n'a pas autorité sur son corps. Ceci est la volonté de Dieu qui a dit que l'homme et la femme deviendront une seule chair.
Mon ami,
L'homme n'a pas autorité sur son corps.
mon ami,
L'homme n'a pas autorité sur son corps.
ceci.
Ceci est la volonté de Dieu qui a dit que l'homme.
Hi there, everyone, fellow Amazonians, everyone that's watching all around the world. This is a short message to reply Cameroon government on their recent move talking to activists after trying everything possible to eliminate all the platforms of activists. To all of us that are activists, we have lost our major Facebook platforms. This is due to the activism of Cameroon. We acknowledge that all our major Facebook platform has been closed. Cameroon government thought that when they shut down our WhatsApp groups, our Facebook groups, shut down our accounts and our blogs and our pages, they are going to win us. But then they discovered that as much as they close our Facebook profiles, we are creating Facebook TVs. That is our resistance. Fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow Amazonians, to everyone that's watching now, I acknowledge that Cameroon government officials have reached out to all of us, to major activists. Some has been even written in some communiques out. You must have seen it. And to some of us, you might have not seen the name. They have contacted us. Capo Daniel must have let you people know that they contacted him a few days ago. I have also received information that in what they tell me, because each and every activist they contact in a different way. I have received from more than 1 or 2 Cameroon officials that we should tune down our activism and give peace a chance. This is the message they say. I want to paraphrase it as it is. That we should give peace a chance and tune down our activism until the period of negotiation, they call it, is over. They have not come to say we are wrong. They were not saying that we are right. They came and they were telling us that it does not mean that we are right or we are wrong, that they are not against us, that we just want us to allow this period so that they can see how peace can come. I listened to their message. I said thanks for bringing the message. And I told them I would reply them on the In Liberation TV that I created because my Facebook platform were shut down. And I'm about to begin to reply Cameroon right now. You know, Cameroon government, there are so many things that I want to reply as in person. I have been called a primitive man because of the war you declare on our people that has let my people know how primitive I am and how uneducated for real I am. Without you declaring the war, people could have never known that I don't speak grammar. People could have never known that I'm a primitive man. People could have never even known that I am uneducated. Because of the war you declare on my people. And I couldn't keep quiet. I couldn't be bystander when my people are dying, when I'm preaching federation like I was doing before. I represent the same people, and I believe in democratic society where you speak and represent the people and do exactly as the people want. When I discovered that 99% and more than 50% Amazonians already believe in nothing than independence, I had no choice, because I speak for the people, not for myself. You see, if you did not declare war, greater percentage of the people you call the Anglophones would have never believed in ultimate and outright independence. You see, I don't speak for myself. I speak for the people that I represent. So you branded us names such as extremists, terrorists, and so on and so forth. And now you want to ask us to come and talk, to tune down so that you can talk with your cosmetic solutions that you have cooked and pie, and you want to use it like you did in 92, like you did in 72, like you've been doing. You think that we are idiots. You think our people are fools. So, Cameroon government, I want to tell you the first thing I want you to do is, one, restore my Facebook back. When you must have restored all my Facebook that you call your surrogate, to come and report my Facebook platforms, to be wiped out, when I will receive those Facebook platforms back. And Ayok Sesekutabi is free. Do you know? We are talking because of the pains you subjugate to our people. Free Ayok Sesekutabi. Free Tassan Wilfred. Free all the Naira 10 and all the 37 that you kidnapped from Nigeria. Free our people that you kidnapped in 2013 from Bali. Those people, those guys that you kidnapped from Bali. When you are being soldier went and raped a woman in Bali. And our people confronted and killed him because he was a rapist. You went and bundled all the boys in that village. They are in your prison and they are still there. That is as far back as 2013, 2012. After you must have freed all our people over the years, from ACNC to the consortium to whatever the case, all Amazonians, all Anglophones that are in your jail, where you must have freed them. You know, we will now understand that here is a man who has gone to church and prayed and repented, and God is now using him. When you must have freed all our people, all arrested, one thing you must do. One thing you must do, Cameroon government. Yeah? Withdraw your military from Amazonia. Demilitarize Amazonia. Demilitarize the Northwest and Southwest, as you call it. Remove all your terrorist soldiers. Because the presence of those soldiers terrorize our people and terrorize even me. When I see any picture of those soldiers in our land, I remember just the ashes of Mami Api, the blood of Samsoya that was slaughtered, and I remember baby Martha that they killed. That could be my daughter right there. So the reply to Cameroon is very simple. Free all arrested. Free our leaders that you kidnapped from Nigeria, Naira and the 37 that you kidnapped from Calabar, from Taraba State. Free all the Senator Penterers, Mancho BBC, everyone in your dungeons. When you must have freed, you understand? Now we can talk. When we came to this illegal union, remember that we were not coming but through the prison. When we came to the illegal union, it was not because some people were in the prison. We did not kidnap your own people and put in our prison. Why should we be trying to solve peace in Cameroon when some of the generation, the children of the people who came for that illegal union are still in your own jail? In your jail, not even in our jail. No, the reply is very simple. Cameroon, we are not going to tune down our activism. In fact, we will come live every day. We are going to be live now every day. And we are going to use other media behind the scene that you don't know. We are going to reactivate and revitalize our 1,000 messaging that we used to do before. We are going to channel our messages directly to our populations using their cell phones that we have built over the years. And you will see that without us, without the leadership of the people, nothing will happen. This is to the international community. How do you expect us victims to to go to sit in a table to someone that is keeping our leaders at the same time calling for dialogue? How do you expect us to go to dialogue with the same person that is still moving and killing our people in our territory at the same time flabbergasting the international community that there is dialogue that you have called? How can we allow our dead bodies and go to sit in the dialogue? How can we allow our women and children that are being raped and killed just because we want to go and sit in the dialogue somewhere? How can we do that? How can we allow our lovely families, our children, our daughters, our sons, our husbands, and our wives that are being killed on daily basis to go down to another country, to the very same foreign land that kill our people? Are we going to surrender ourselves that kill us now? Are we going there for a suicide mission? That somebody is still killing us in our hometown, and the same person is inviting us to go to his own hometown. Are we going to surrender ourselves to them to kill us? I want the international community to listen to this. The dialogue called by Cameroon government is not only cosmetic. It is a ploy to arrest all the leaders of the Amazonian people. It is a ploy to arrest, just like they did in Naira Hotel. We heard somewhere that our leaders went to Naira Hotel to go and dialogue. That is what we know. And they were kidnapped because they went there to dialogue. Now, how far are we sure that going to Yaoundé will not result to being kidnapped? And besides, the very same Cameroon president made in his speech that we are brought as still terrorists. He made it in his speech. He concluded the speech by saying Cameroon is one and indivisible, and that the dialogue will only respect the Cameroon constitution that has killed our own people. Cameroon has laid down the rules and regulations for their dialogue, which we call monologue. How do we go for something that does not include us? We are separatists. When the Cameroon ruler called for dialogue, he made it clear that separatists are terrorists. Then how do you want us to go for a dialogue that has already labeled us as terrorists? How do you expect us to go for a dialogue that already said Cameroon is one and indivisible? How do you expect us to go for a dialogue when the official delegate list don't include anyone among us? How do you want to force yourself to someone who hates you, who does not want you, who is still keeping your people in jail? Did you see the name Ayok Seseko Tabi in the list? Did you see the name Tazan Wifet in the list of delegates? Did you see the name of the youth representative, Manjo BBC, Ben Terence, C. Congrats, Benji, and so on and so forth? Did you see their name in the delegate list? No. Cameroon government simply went and elected and appointed their CPDM followers, CPDM members, to come and represent in that monologue. Fellow Amazonians, fellow citizens of the world, each and everyone watching us today, we will not force ourselves to the same Cameroon that kills our people. We will never ever beg for what is ours. We will never ever beg for our territory to be, for our map to be traced when we know our map is, we have already our map, everything is well traced, have our boundary, our anthem, our people in whom we trust, our resources, which they want and pray it should be theirs. Fellow brothers and sisters, we come to realize that if Sonara was not down, Cameroon will never even bow down to be asking for this fake dialogue. They are trying the ways to have peace, to mingle themselves to Victoria and rebuild the Sonara and start raping our resources. That is the only way. For the past 3 years that Sonara has been standing up, President Paul Biya of La Republique could have never ever called for any cosmetic dialogue as now. Because Cameroon government has been crippled. Because the Sonara, the petroleum refinery plant that they put in our land to exploit and extort our resources is down to ashes. That is the cry. That is the pain of Sanevapa, Sanevapa, Sanevapa. That is the cry, and they are using everything possible to gain again, once and for all, another opportunity to rape our land. fellow brothers and sisters, we cannot in any way listen to devil and demons and Satan. God himself, who created heaven and earth, has never in any way listened to any demon. That's why God has never forgiven Satan. Satan is still unforgiven. The Amazonian people, the descendants of God, have no audacity or moral standards to forgive a demon, because God himself has never forgiven Satan. The people of Amazonia, you are not bigger and better than God. You don't know than God. If we can just forgive the killer of our children, when we know the act of killing innocent people is a mortal act that brings separation between God and man, and we must defend like Goliath and David. David defended against Goliath and killed Goliath because Goliath was a demon, and God authorizes the killing of Satan, the killing of demons, the killing of bad people who are against the God-given people. God has given us all it takes to secure and safeguard and protect our people. God has given us the power of self-defense. You have nothing to, you have lost everything. You have nothing left. You have no choice. I call all the activists that Cameroon government have reached out to them like me to stand up strong. I want to thank Capo Daniel in this case. Capo Daniel, thank you for standing strong. I am calling Mark Barreta to respond very strong. I am calling Tabam Ivo Tanku to respond very strong. I am calling Eric Tato to respond very strong. I am calling the leader, the fire consumer, the magma of Amazonia, the volcano of Amazonia. I am calling the tsunami of Amazonia, Dr. Cho Ayaba, to stand up and cover us. To stand up and cover all of us. I want to call each and every one to stand up so strong against Yaoundé. At the very same time, they are still killing. I have lost a soldier last night. These are people who are supposed to sit in that table. You see, my people, they threw, corn little by little to catch us. They first of all threw corn to catch federalists. We stood so strong and won and defeated them. They know that whatever federalists say, we are not going to respect it. And then they threw the second corn. They threw the second corn to catch our traditional leaders, traditional chiefs and fonds, our traditional rulers. They threw some corn to catch them. And we told them very honestly, that we will not listen to our traditional leaders because they are CPDM people and they have failed equally. And because of that, they threw now corn to our soldiers, to the general big numbers, the general divide and so on and so forth. They threw now the take corn to them, to catch them, to get them, to arrest them and keep where Ayose Sekutabi and others are. And then we came out and resisted and opened the minds of our soldiers that if they go, they are on their own. We won bigly and fatly. After we defeated them in that way, they now know the next chance is to call some of our Amazonian leaders to go to Switzerland to see how they can join with Swiss government and cripple the revolution. Because in every table of 12 is a Judas, but in every table of 12, despite the presence of Judas, there are Simon Peters, there are Matthew, there are Bartholomew, there are Philip, there are James. And some of the people that went to Swiss, for one reason or the other, one person resisted. And now they are frustrated because Amazonians say, whatever happened in Swiss, they will not respect it. And because of that, they failed in the Swiss dialogue or Swiss mediation or the Swiss pre-talk. Those were pre-talks for the dialogue that we are seeing today. Amazonians ridiculed everything and flushed it on the side. And Cameroon government is left for nothing now. They know that at the top of each and every one of us are leaders. So they started contacting some of us behind the scene. The first contact I received, I thought it was just a joke. So I look at it, I did not reply. The second person reached out again to me. The very same week, I lost all my accounts. The very same week, they shut down all my accounts. Facebook disabled me. I cannot share even this talk show. I cannot share this talk show to any group that I'm not an admin. This talk show that I am holding now, Facebook has disabled my sharing. I cannot share to any group that I am not an administrator or I own. In order for me to share this talk show, maybe I have to create a pseudo account, a fake Facebook account, and I use it to share to other groups. Because there's always a way when there is a will. Because there's always the means when there is the will to do it. So they reach out and block and flush all our Facebook accounts. They still failed. And now, the new code is to reach out to all of us and tell how important we are to the peace in the Cameroons. They tell us, first of all, they motivate you that you are very important, your people love you, they are very impressed about the connection we have built with our people across the 3 years. They come and pretend that they are good. They come and pretend that they are people now willing to seek for peace. And they come and beg you that now you should slow down a little bit and give peace a chance. Now, they send some surrogates now from those ministries to talk to activists of Amazonia and invite them in cosmetic ways. We want to tell Cameroon, we will not go down to Cameroon. If we have to go down anywhere, it should be only in Amazonia. When we invite you to Amazonian camps, can you come? No, you want us to come to your own camp, but you cannot come to our own camp. We have designated that the United States is the mediator. If you want to talk to us, put America in the middle and we will go to that table. If you are coming to that table with your own guns, with your own guards, like you have your bodyguards, Amazonians will arrive at that table too with their own guns and their own bodyguards. We want a dialogue, a mediation, a negotiation where there is somebody, a neutral person like America. And America now will say how we arrive. Are we going to arrive at dialogue with our bodyguards? Because Amazonia now have bodyguards as well. Are we going to take our AKs to the dialogue table? Yes, because Amazonia now have their own AKs. We believe in power parity. We believe in power because you use the same power to make us slaves. We will only respond with our guns and bullets. Because Cameroon responds everything with guns and bullets over the years. And yes, if you ask us why we are abroad and we are controlling our land, and you are asking us, some of us are citizens abroad, and we are influencing the socio-political activities in Cameroon, we will want to respond very directly, very sincerely, very lucid and concise. Paul Biya is a citizen of Switzerland, double as a citizen of France. Paul Biya for most of his life has been ruling and ruining Cameroon from his proxy in Switzerland. Paul Biya has been a citizen of a foreign country in Switzerland and influencing the socio-political, social, and spiritual activities of the two Cameroons. If we should mention who is the professor of ruling the Cameroons from proxy or from abroad, Paul Biya is a professor. Yes, if we should be saying that somebody is holding a foreign national, a foreign citizenship, and influencing the activities in Cameroon or in Africa, the professor should be Paul Biya, because Paul Biya has been holding a foreign citizenship and is the president of Cameroon. So too are his ministers. When you look at all the ministers of Cameroon, Philemon Yang, the prime minister, is a Canadian citizen. Paul Ataganji is an American citizen. So many of them. Mama Fuda, Yang Fomindongo are French citizens. But they are the cabinet of Cameroon. If it is to mention who is ruling Cameroon or ruining Cameroon from the proxies, I will say that we, the separatists, copied it from the rulership of Cameroon. If you must address us as separatists, we will take it. We are only separatists because we believe in freedom. We are only called terrorists because we want to stop the killing of girls, the raping of girls, killing of children, raping of children, killing of women, raping of women, killing of our wives, raping of our wives, killing of girls, raping our girls. We are only called terrorists because we want to stop that. We want to put an end to making our people slaves, to subjugating our people to impunity, to the disrespect of our human dignity, to the disrespect of our pursuit of happiness. That is the only prize we earn. They call us terrorists because we want the freedom and liberty of our people. They call us terrorists because we are fighting for the pursuit of happiness for our people. We just want our people to live happily. We just want our people to live peacefully. We just want our people to be free from terrorism. We just want our people to mind their business and do their things and eat and go to farms and go to offices and control their socio-political activities. We just want our people to be happy. We just want our families not to be in bushes. We just want our families not to be in refugee camps. We don't want our families to live without homes because Cameroon government militaries have burned down the properties of our people. We want our people to have what to eat because Cameroon has destroyed everything in our land. We just want our people to be happy. We just want our people to have peace. We just want our people to enjoy humanity. We just want our people to know that God created this world, that we are all human beings, and no human being should step on top of another one. We just want our people to be respected. We just want our people to live in their own land. We just want our people to carry on their activities in the normal life. We just want Cameroon to take away their military from our land. We want peace. We are peace crusaders. We have been standing and asking peace with our peace plans in our hands. Do not forget, thousands of our people went out with peace plans, Bibles and white cloth in their hands. They were faced with guns and live bullets. They were killed. The very same person who killed our people with peace plans in their hand cannot in any way be calling us again terrorists, calling us extremists, when he is the right definition of extremist. I look at the global survey of terrorist governments and I find the Cameroon government in the list of terrorist governments. And someone will sit and say, America does not know that Cameroon government is the terrorist government. When in the list of terrorist government that exists on earth, Cameroon has featured. To those of you who want facts finders, go to your Google and search. Cameroon is one of the terrorist governments on earth. I did not put that statistics. Cameroon government lost 17 billion annual military aid from American government. I am not the one who asked America to withdraw it because they saw Cameroon government is a terrorist government. Because America discovered that for the 17 billion military aid they give to Cameroon every year, Cameroon uses it to subjugate its own people to impunity and kill its own people. And neither did I ask Cameroon government, American government, to withdraw the 700 Navy, the 700 US troops from Cameroon to Ghana. Neither did we ask America to withdraw and tell his citizens not to visit Cameroon. Because Cameroon is a terrorist nation, a terrorist country, terrorist government, terrorist military. We did not ask America to caution his citizens not to visit Cameroon. Cameroon government made it possible. When the US Ambassador Henry spoke about a year or two ago, Cameroon government politicians fought him. We were not the one fighting Cameroon ambassador. We thank Cameroon ambassador, American ambassador. We thank him as a warrior, the mouth of the President of the United States. The United States knows those who were accusing the US ambassador in Cameroon. They were not separatists. They were Cameroonese people. When Timo Nagy spoke for more than 2 times and visit Cameroon, He told them to negotiate and dialogue. They rubbish him. I say Cameroon, they say America cannot say for them. The very same people who rubbish the Pope, the Roman Catholic Pope, rubbish Thibaut Nagy, the U.S. Secretary of State in Africa, rubbish Cohen, rubbish Senator Karim Bass of California to Cameroon, rubbish the U.S. Ambassador. You cannot say that we are the one who does not want dialogue when we beg for these people to come to visit, to tell Cameroon to negotiate. They rubbish everything. And today they are running behind us, trying to bribe us. If some of us will give a price tag for us to close our account, Cameroon government is in full speed to pay. But the blood of our people, unfortunately, cannot allow us to do such a thing. Cameroon, you have been defeated. We have defeated you. And the price we have paid have no returns, no U-turns. The price we have paid is blood. And that blood will never come back to life. And we know that for a fact. You can roll on the floor now and roll around and crowd and cry. As long as our Akum Julos, our Samsoya, our Mami Api, our baby Martha, our baby Abigail, all the children you have killed and murdered, all our people you have killed and murdered, as long as they cannot come back, Cameroon will never be one and indivisible. As long as they will never come back, Cameroon and Amazonia will never ever be one and indivisible. You can contact me, sleep in my WhatsApp and my email. We don't give a shit. We will not even read it henceforth. Anything that is coming from Cameroon government, send those your pastors. You have sent religious people to us. You send priests to come and convince us. You send religious people to convince us. We want to tell the very same religious people to remember the story of the rich man and the poor man in the Bible. The rich man went to hell, not because he caused the poverty to the poor man, not because he caused the homelessness of the poor man. He went to hell because he did not use his own conscience. To the religious people that are taking the message of Cameroon to come and beg us to stay calm when blood is oozing from our people all over Amazonia, you will simply pay the price during the day of accountability in heaven. To all everyone that is the mouthpiece of Cameroon, Cameroon will send you to come and talk to us. You will not take Cameroon to demilitarize our zone. Take out your terrorist military. Free all arrested and grant amnesty to the people you chase away from land. When you fail to tell Cameroon this way, and you come to talk to me, you have forgotten that I have chosen to be David in the Bible. I have chosen simply to be David in the Bible against the Goliath Cameroon. Cameroon is the Goliath. We Amazonians are David in the Bible. We are using the word of God to defend our people. We are fighting like the Israelites fought from Egypt and left. Oh, I know, in the days of David, if he had a Kalashnikov, he wouldn't have used a bow and arrow. If he had an AK, he wouldn't have used a bow and arrow. If he had a sniper and bullets, he wouldn't have used a bow and arrow. If he had rocket propelling grenades, he wouldn't have used the bow and arrow. Today we are using the sophisticated equipment of the 21st century because that is what it takes to fight for freedom. Because it's the very same thing that Cameroon government have used to subjugate us under them as slaves. The Newtonian law of physics says there is always an equal but opposite reaction to every force. There is an opposite but equal reaction to a force. What do I mean here? When you point us, we will have to punch back. When you use the AKs against us, we will have to respond with some AKs. We might not have thousands of them, but we will use our common sense. You might use your Kalashnikovs against us. We shall respond also with the firearms. We shall respond with the firearms. It started with hunter guns, and today we are talking about sniper. We are only going big, big, and big, and big every day. If Cameroon government is crying today, it is a sign of victory, the signs of defeat. He said he was not going to blink. He spoke in September for over 36 years in power. He has never addressed Cameroon in the month of September. There is no month apart from his traditional time he has ever addressed Cameroon. If he speak, it is because we did not blink. He thought we were going to blink, but we tell him we will not blink. And he is the one blinking. He is speaking as a sign of defeat. He called for dialogue. It's a sign of defeat. we tell him that the name is negotiation and not dialogue. When you have killed the people and shed the blood of the people, the only thing the families can take, that is the least, is called negotiated settlement. And negotiated settlement cannot be completed without a ballot box. Without a ballot box. I don't care whether you call it referendum. I don't care whether you call it asylum. I don't care whatever you call it. I don't care. For negotiated settlements ends in ballot box. And the ballot box is not for politicians. It's not for CPDM. The ballot box is for those who are in refugee camps, those internally displaced in the bushes, in the forest, those on exile, and the real people of the land. Those are the people that pertain to the ballot box. Fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow Amazonians, don't stand so low. Remember that everything is happening because you stood up so high. Everything that's happening today is because you refuse to bow down. Because you defeat Cameroon. Everything that's happening is because you have made Cameroon, you have crippled Cameroon economically. If Sonara was still standing up, Cameroon Govenment could have not bowed down. They bow down because Sonara is done, because Sonara is no more up. That is a simple truth and a simple evidence. Because you have made sure Cameroon will never ever exploit CDC as ever before. Soca Palm and all their refinery. You have made sure that they will not collect their electric bills. You have made sure that their snake or O'Neill or whatever they call it, they will not control Amazonia water. Those are the reasons why they are crying. They are crying because their business is going bankrupt. I want to let Amazonia know, Cameroon has no pity for our blood. Cameroon don't have pity for our people. No pity for your peace. All they want is their investments in our land. Their exploitation of our timber, our cocoa, our coffee, our rubber, our mineral resources like gold, diamond, bauxite, titanium. That is what they are looking for. They don't care. They don't give a shit about our humanity. That is why they are still killing our people at this same time. For anyone that want to go to dialogue with Cameroon in Yaoundé, goodbye and safe journey. You are on your own. There is no way we are going to pause the revolution again to start for say free all arrested, including you. The signs are clear that any separatist that Cameroon lay hands on, I don't think that they will even jail you for life. I see only shooting squads. They have jailed Ayok Sesekotabi in life, for life, and cabinet member for life, and some Cameroon politicians, some of them that are even from our own Anglo-Saxon origin, are saying that Cameroon government should give them guns for them to even shoot our leaders like Ayok Sesekotabi and Tassam Wilfred. And now, when those people make those utterances, no one spoke to them. When they make those ranting, they were not cautioned. And you want to take yourself to go to the very same republic. I would want to make you know and let you know you are on our own. Before I end this, I will want us to listen to one scholar of Amazonian origin. I want us to listen to this scholar and draw your own conclusion. Because by then, when we listen, when we talk and listen to others, we know we are doing the right thing. I want all of us Amazonians to listen to this scholar here before we make our decision. I want us to listen to the caller. This is a scholar. Listen to this scholar, this Bible student. Listen to him, and when you listen to him and whatever he say, then you will make your own conclusion. Before I end, I want to make it inclusive. Thank you so much, and watch your screen. Credit to Equinox TV. Want to thank Equinox TV for this emission. Listen to Abdul Karim. You are listening to Abdul Karim.
A Muslim scholar of the Christian Bible, you're welcome. Thanks for having me, Babila.
We've not heard your voice since the President of the Republic announced the national dialogue to find a way out of the Anglophone crisis and other socio-political problems affecting Cameroon. What's your take on this?
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. I just praise God and I ask Him to send blessings to Prophet and all messengers that have been sent. In that presidency will bring out such communiques. That in English would be a diatribe.
It's not an important subject for you?
Yeah, it's not an important subject because when you want to converse with someone, you have to sit and determine what kind of conversations you need to have. Is it a debate, a dialogue, a diatribe, or maybe a monologue? And this one falls in between a diatribe and a monologue. So it makes it less important. And you can see that would have been an estimation initially, but now it's conclusive. You can see the charade going on with the charade that is supposed to go on, but already going on with people fighting for money. You can see the select group to go there. You can already see that, to me, it's not an important thing so far as Southern Cameroon is concerned.
National dialogue. The President of the Republic said a grand national dialogue. And you say it's a monologue. Why do you say it's going to be a monologue?
Yeah, because that's what it is, actually. Who are the warring parties here? The federalists who are jumping left and right and collecting money to go and represent who they have no mandate for. Have they fought any war? Have they been killed? No. So who is fighting with what? The government of La République du Cameroon is fighting with Southern Cameroonians who they have termed terrorists. These people refer to themselves as restorationists. If they would engage these people, then it could fit the qualification of a dialogue or a debate. As it is now, it is not even a monologue, it's a diatribe, a case where there is one opinion that is supposed to raise emotions, bow the opinions of others, or make them forcefully reason with them. This is what is going to happen. You can see the mandates that we are having is by and large not legitimate. Go and ask the people what their representation is, and you will realize that all the names you've seen flying in the air, chopping money which is not already gone in the air, we know this is what it's all about, have no legitimacy on the ground.
But the President of the Republic said armed groups were going to be invited, those who are in the diaspora were going to be invited, and all persons were going to be brought on the board, even though what we are seeing now is apparently going away from that, because we have lists of representatives to consultations at the regional level made up of militants of the CPDM and to about 80 or 90%.
You're pushing me to go into the textual and linguistic criticism of that paper that was read by the President of La République du Cameroon. Well, you can see that paper is filled with false dilemma and equivocation. There's a lot of confusion. First of all, he wants to dialogue, but he doesn't know who to dialogue with. At the end of the day, he cherry-pick self-selective people that he wants to dialogue with. So this is, I think it is really not a good subject for me to address, because I find it not important. And who are armed groups? I thought they were terrorists. And what do we define as armed groups? Those groups have to be defined by his terms. Let's understand who he's talking with. And what and who is the diaspora? We have to get clear definitions for these things, and then it could begin to make sense. But as I said, the case between these two historic children of the United Nations cannot be resolved even with the fairest of dialogues. It has to be a debate and a negotiation. A debate is a case where two different opinions are on the table. I'm trying to convince you, trying to convince me, but to begin with, there are two different opinions. This is where we are. We have to stop pretending. So you see, who are championing this? You see those that are championing it, federalists, who have not shed not a sweat, not to talk of blood. So it is a charade and predetermined to fail.
Earlier in this newscast, we heard one of the inhabitants of Limbe in the opinions compiled by correspondent Davison Maimo saying, if the separatists are not on the dialogue table, this event is going to produce no fruits. It's not going to produce the expected results. What do you think about that?
No, he's 100% correct, but I'll add more. Separatists, which you address as that, which I'd say restorationists, will not be on a dialogue table. They will be on a debate and negotiations table. This should be taken clear and clear. Look, you can kill me today. If you want, go and kill my entire family. Kill many families. It would come to a debate. Why? Because that is exactly what it is. Federalists and unionists are championing all this. You can see for money. They have no case for themselves. Talk less of case for the entire people of Southern Cameroon. And you see, I don't know, what did Peter Mafanyi Mosonge come to do in Bamenda? To collect opinions. Those opinions did not even survive the day on the table. They were thrown out the window. So what that, I don't know who...
Philemon Young, and later Dr. John Gote and so on.
No, that guy is a class prefect, Philemon Young, and he just came and behaved like a senior prefect who is supervising supper in a refectory and left. And this other one also came for parade to show up that he's the new prime minister.
No, those are senior top officials of this republic that we are talking about. So
I'll address that. There is a man called Judas Iscariot. He's one of the earliest Christians. He's actually the fifth person Jesus Christ picked to help you Christians understand Christianity. Do you respect him today? Why don't you respect Judas? Because he's a traitor. Is he your age mate? No, he's 2,000 years older than you. He saw Jesus, who you call your Lord. But today you insult him. There's another one called Abu Lahab and Abu Jahal. Those who betrayed Prophet Muhammad and insulted him. We Muslims don't respect them. Why? It's not because they didn't have good status in Saudi Arabia or in Jerusalem. No, but because they are not representing their people. So please, when we are here, when I'm on this podium...
Are you saying that the authorities, the Prime Minister and other persons who have been championing the cause for a return to normalcy, for a return to peace in the northwest and southwest regions of the country are not worthy of respect, are not representing their people? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, well, you can define respect in various forms, but are not representing their people. That is evident. You can't talk about peace without addressing justice. Have these people been just? The answer is no. Are their children being slaughtered on a daily basis? The answer is no. Did they see baby Martha being killed? The answer is yes. What have they done tangibly? There's no representation. And if, Babila, I will be anywhere, the first thing I'll do is that I'll represent my people. I'll represent their lives and their sweat. In all fairness and all honesty. So, I just brought this to say, when people expect respect, they should produce respect. If you and I cannot respect Judas and Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl and Pharaoh, I wonder what we call respect today. Respect begets respect. If you cannot give respect, do not expect respect.
Anyway, the national dialogue has been convened and is scheduled for the 30th of September to the 4th of October. But you seem to be indicating that what is going on today is just some sort of a drama, as some people have called it, which is not going to yield the expected fruits. What should be done?
No, a drama is a senior thing in cinematography. You can call it a sketch in Form 2, maybe Form 2, Longla or Progressive, not even a boarding school. It's not going to work. That's a simple answer.
What should be done?
What should be done, we've said it and we're going to say it 1 billion times. You're going to release every Southern Cameroonian in the jail. You're going to demilitarize the zone so that people could stop being afraid. So that I now can stop being afraid. You are going to sign an accord that those that cannot come to this country because they are afraid will be able to come back and go to their homelands. And then you're going to sit on a debate and negotiation table. Look, it can take a century if we're ready to go that route, but that is the end. We are going to have it. Not necessarily Abdul Karim, not necessarily all the names you hear in the diaspora, not necessarily, but it's going to happen. And if we go to school to learn so we can understand and solve problems, this is an inevitable truth. If we agree it is true, because Albert Einstein says the failure to accept limitation is the failure to refuse change. And if you want to start changing big things, start changing the small things. I'm calling on all of these people who are now jumping with money and looking for new suits and new autogos to go to Yaoundé. They should stand in the mirror, look at that mirror, talk to the person in the mirror, ask the person in the mirror if it's okay. And if they want to start changing anything, they should start by changing the person in the mirror.
There should be negotiation.
It has to be. That's how it's going to end, Babylon.
All right, negotiation between the government and the Anglophones?
No, between La République du Cameroon and the people of Southern Cameroon. It is a bitter pill. You know, when you take medications, nobody likes medications.
We have one country, La République du Cameroon, the Republic of Cameroon. So are you talking about negotiation between the government and the people of the northwest and the southwest regions?
No, a government does not negotiate between its people. But historically, you know, these are two countries. I don't know if you still need history classes on that. We've said it here many times. These are two countries and
which came together and became one.
There is no time. I need someone to show me how and when La République du Cameroon took ownership of that territory. There is no time. They came together based on respectful and gentleman's agreement, which has not worked. So they have to sit and negotiate.
Legal minds have been highlighting the point that there was no union treaty.
No, legal minds don't need to highlight that. From 2 students, there is no union treaty. You need to, Professor Anyangwe brought out an 18 pages of Resolution 1608. You need to, and what bothers me most, let's even assume there was a union treaty. Is that how you treat people who came into a union treaty with you? Kill them, maim them? No. So I'm saying that it's bitter, but at the end of it, it's a bitter pill. You want to take medications to get well. Sometimes it's not tasty in the mouth, but that is the thing you need. This is how this thing is. It's bitter to take, but the truth is it will end on a debate and negotiations table.
Abdul Karim Ali, Muslim scholar of the Christian Bible, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
So thank you so much, my fellow brothers and sisters. You have listened to Abdul Karim, the Muslim scholar of the year, and our Amazonian intelligent brain boxer of the year. Now at this point, I want us to end this in some 5 minutes, but let us do a recap here. We are coming back here in the studio, the second studio of the Liberation TV. To conclude this reply, we shall be back slightly in 10 minutes. After conclusion, come back because we have our activism. This is a reply for Cameroon government. So my people, the Cameroon government, we understand the international politics because we ourselves, you have given us opportunity to study the international conspiracy, the international politics, and understand very well the way the international politics function. We have also known how the United States, how the United Nations, how the international organization function very well. The Human Rights Watch, the Amnesty International, etc., etc. We have studied them and know how they function too. Cameroon, we want to tell you that we have no medicine for you. We have no dosage for you. We have already diagnosed your sickness and we have prognosed what we need. Your sickness we diagnose is colonialism. And our prognosis is independence as a medication for the sickness that you have subjugated our people to. So, to help to cure colonialism, the only thing is independence, and our forefathers in Africa know. Even America fought the war of independence and achieved. We are going to fight in trenches and bushes like the people of Gambia, like the Eritreans. We are going to fight. We are going to fight, and we know that everyone that fought for their freedom, they achieved. We will not fight and end like a Cameroon and omnibus scenario. We shall fight and we will not run. We will use every method at our disposal. Because we understand as we conclude here that your dialogue that has already failed, that is a monologue. We know the implication that is coming ahead of time. The United Nations Security Council will step in. And when they step in, it's for our goods. Because we want a neutral mediator. And if the neutral mediator cannot be for this your bullshit cosmetic dialogue that you want to say the same thing that you brainwashed our parents in 92 after the fraudulent election. It's 24 years. You promised us decentralization. Before you promised us decentralization, Cameroon before 1972 was 2 federal states of equal status. You wiped it out. And when they stood up to return, you always bring a cosmetic solution. 24 years ago, after wasting the life of our people, you lied to them with decentralization. And today, decentralization is nowhere to be found. You are now talking about regionalism and 10-state federation. You are going to federate with La Republic. You can split Cameroon into 120 states. That is none of our business. Because Cameroon, of course, is one and indivisible. And that is none of our business. The only business we care about Cameroon is Sanivapa. Why? Because the prices of petrol, the prices of gas, the prices of fuel, kerosene must go up. Why? Because we have refused that Sonara will never ever feed Cameroon again. The same thing, prices of food must rise up. Why? Because we have refused that no trucks will take food from Amazonia to Cameroon again. Sanivapa is the language your children are going to speak from now henceforth. We don't care whether you divide Cameroon into little pieces, like pieces of chicken, like pieces of fish, like pieces of beef. We don't care. It's none of our business. Of course, Cameroon is one and indivisible, the very same way Amazonia is one and indivisible, just like any country on earth. Our anthem is one and indivisible. Our AKs are one and indivisible. Our snipers are one and indivisible. Our bullets are one and indivisible. Our people are one and indivisible. And our land, our territory, our map, Amazonia is one and indivisible. River Mongo has already separated us very bigly and fatly. Fellow brothers and sisters, before we end, when we don't attend this fake dialogue, there is a United Nations resolution that is already waiting. United Nations gave Dia and Cameroon the deadline. If they fail, the United Nations Security Council will step in with peacekeeping forces, and that will be a call for ceasefire. And when that happens, our people are going to come out from the bushes with their flag and sing the songs of freedom and chant the national anthem. That is the goal, my people. Maybe you think that we don't know. We know. We know. For every revolution, that is how it always goes. And because the international conspiracy, the international politics is always bystanders, because the United Nations has always been bystanders, then they will have no choice than to call for a referendum. Because a referendum is a bystander election. A referendum has never been on one side. A referendum is a bystanders negotiation. Because the international politics, the United Nations are bystanders. Because they will not come to declare we win without any proof. They will not come to declare Cameroon was won without any proof. They will now call for an international way of mediation or dialogue, which is called referendum. And of course, when referendum comes, we are going to see if we have few people in diaspora trying to divide Cameroon, or our people in ground zero actually want to take themselves out of Cameroon. That is what we have been waiting for, my people. To the diaspora, to the communities abroad, to the Western world, we have spoken. We want a dialogue where there is no falsification, where there is no fraudulent activities, where there is no cheating or manipulation. We want where our people can enter in the hideout, in the polling station, put whatever they believe in the envelope without anyone marking that they are the one who did. Because in that settlement of referendum, our people will vote and no one will be able to tell what any citizen has said. Not even us, not even me will be able to tell the choice of Amazonia's general. Not even me will see the vote of Amazonian general. That will allow our people to speak their mind. If we Amazonians are manipulating our people, give our people a democratic position to prove to you that we are manipulating them. And that can only happen through an international referendum where our people are allowed to come and vote. Let the United Nations supervise the voting activities. Let the United Nations take the ballot boxes to our refugee camps. Let the United Nations with their peacekeeping force supervise the referendum. Let our people speak for themselves. Care, you don't even want us leaders of Amazonia to vote. Don't even allow us activists to vote. Don't even allow Amazonian leaders to vote. Allow citizens to tell, to say. Allow citizens to say, to vote, to tell you that we are manipulating them. That is exactly what we want from the international politics, from the international organizations, from the governments abroad. That will be a peaceful solution. Supervise it. Let our people tell in the ballot boxes where no one is controlling them. They enter there, put whatever they put in the envelope, drop in the ballot box. That is, we don't want to waste any resources. Our people need a lot of material support, a lot of financial support. Their houses have been burned. Their foods, their feeding and food and crops have been burned. The crops they planted in the bushes have gone to bushes because they cannot work. Our people are being killed in their farms. They are dying of hunger. And we cannot spend money in Cameroon, the very same Cameroon that subjugate our people to this unrest. We will want a simple thing. United Nations, we don't want money from you. We are not asking you for AKs. We are not asking you for Kalashnikovs or snipers. We have asked you to take the method you could have used to help us. Go and organize a referendum. We don't want you, the money you could have been using to feed our refugees, to cut the stories of refugees very short. Take the very same money that you are sponsoring in feeding our people, providing the tents for our people. Take the money and organize a referendum so our people can come back to their home very soon. If not of the fact that United Nations, you are making money, huge sums of money out of this project, what is wrong for you to take the means, the little finances you have, and organize a political referendum for our people to come and vote, so that we can know if we are extremists behind our people, if we are terrorists behind our people, as Cameroon label us. And that is what we are talking for today. Fellow brothers and sisters, do not miss focus. Remember, and every time I want to remind you here before I end the talk show, let me steal another 2 minutes. When the lawyers and teachers came and told how to fix the common law situation and the education system, they were made with what? After the failed ad hoc committee, our lawyers and teachers were chased, consortium was banned, outlawed in Cameroon, and consortium leaders were arrested and kidnapped until some ran away. They still run to Nigeria, kidnap them and bring them back to Cameroon and put in jail and sentence them to life imprisonment. That was not enough. They created what they called 2 billion fund to the lay school of Anglophone. That did not help. They provided 1,000 bilingual employment to go and bring now Francophones that are bilingual to come to our school. That did not work. They created bilingualism and culture commission. That did not help. They forced our elites to stand against us. That did not work. They forced our chiefs and funds, traditional rulers, to stand against us. That did not work. They then went and created what we call bilingualism and multiculturalism commission. It did not work. Then today we hear about disarmament commission. It did not help. We have defeated Cameroon. They went and created fake Amber Boys. Fake Amber Boys, using them to try to brandish us a name. For every time they have tried to brand us as terrorists. They have tried to give us a name to tag us as terrorists. It has never worked. The international organizations are with us. The United States is with us. United States, if we were terrorists, America could have not stopped 17 billion military aid to Cameroon. America could have not withdrew American Navy from Cameroon. Germany could have not withdrew the American the Germany aid to Cameroon military. If we were actually terrorists, America will not send Timo Nagy to go talk to Paul Biya. America will not send the U.S. Ambassador Henry to go talk to Cameroon. America will never ever allow and authorize Karim Baz, the senator for California, to go to Cameroon, because we are honest. We are a people. The articles 1608 of the Human Rights Charter entitled to the Amazonian people is real. It's real. Cameroon, American brought resolution 358. The House resolution 358 that was made for the people of Amazonia acknowledged the fact that there were two separate people that came together as equal but opposite states with equal powers. They acknowledge that. That is the acknowledgement. So, fellow brothers and sisters, do not be afraid. We have defeated Cameroon. Cameroon is on their nails. If Guguma Paul Biya, President Paul Biya, terrorist president, is talking today, after 36 years, that he has never spoken extraordinarily, it is because we have heard them from their canas, because we are winning bigly and fatly. Cameroon has been defeated. I can now confirm to you that Cameroon is defeated. When they brought the monologue, we criticized. Some of you were very emotional. We say we shall not go for the freaking monologue. We say we are not going to go to something that does not speak for our people. That if Cameroon is very honest, they should free all arrested, free our leaders, Ayok Seseko Tabi and Tason Wilfred, and start the pre-talks with them. Why we come? They didn't do that. When we rubbish it, they now went and tried to send cosmetic invitations to some of our activists and frontliners and come and convince some of us, all activists behind the scene, to stop activism, because we have defeated them. We are not asking Cameroon to stop its activism. We are not asking for Biya to stop declaring war. We are not asking, we are not begging them. We already told them that Amazonia is gone. We already told them that we have the guns now. We have the bullets now. Unfortunately, our forces have been armed. And that is fortunate for us. Unfortunate for Cameroon. Because our forces in Ground Zero has lost control over us. We have lost control over them either also. We do not control our forces like before. Because we have killed their brothers, killed their colleagues to an extent where they have put a no return sign. They have put a no return sign that even if we speak, our forces will never listen to you again. The blood you have spilled, their friends, the family members, that blood is in their eyes. If we accept Cameroon fake dialogue, then the two Cameroon will never have peace from the restoration forces of Amazonia. Because they are not holding their guns to look back. They are not holding their Kalashnikovs, their AKs and snipers to look back again. Now, the yam already cut. The knife already cut the yam. You cannot join the yam together. There is no hospital to join the yam again together. The yam has been cut already. From the very same time, you allow us to arm ourselves and defend our women and girls. Because we had no choice. Because you have caused us to lose everything and we have nothing again left to lose. Therefore, we are bound to defend the remaining few that are left. Now we have the power. You are begging us because you understand the power of gun. And of course, because you have used the same power of gun to subjugate us to your slaves. We are speaking today and telling Cameroon today that we will not blink. We don't blink. We shall not blink. We shall not look back. We will continue to foster ahead of time. My people, we are going to win. We have already defeated Cameroon. All we need now to prepare our paraphernalias, prepare our flags, the flag that can be, winding in air for a very long time. We have to produce flags that can wind very well in the sky. We don't want silent flags. We don't want flags that do not make waves. We have to produce very good flags that can make waves ahead of our Independence Day ahead of time. Don't forget, 1st October is our Independence Day. Cameroon know that if we celebrate our Independence Day very heavily this year, the international community will now have to conclude that we are gone. Fellow Amazonians, do not look back. They organized this dialogue before our Independence Day. They know our Independence Week. They wanted to cripple it because of what they saw in previous year. In 2017, when our independence was declared, they saw the crowd. In 2018, they saw what our military forces did. In 2019, we want to let Cameroon government know, you can call us sponsoring of the terrorism, whatever you call it. We already have firepower. Our soldiers are ready. They have received their guns and bullets. They are going to display it. They are going to raise the flag. Our population is going to march. And that is a defeat to La Republique. That is what La Republique wish. It shouldn't happen. Cameroon government know that all the international organizations have their eyes focused on our land. When our people will display, they will know these people now need nothing but referendum, nothing but independence. Let us prepare. Fund your blocks. Fund Ground Zero. Make sure the bullets arrive on time. Make sure the guns arrive on time. Because we have defeated La Republique, we need to secure and protect our territorial integrity from pirates. Cameroon are pirates in our land. We need to protect the land from being pirated by pirates. It is our duty. It is not a choice to protect your families, protect your women and girls and children. It's a duty, it's not a choice. Protection has never been a choice. Defending self-defense has never been a choice. It is a duty that anyone must do. Fellow brothers and sisters, fellow Amazonians, I want to thank all of you people that came here today. I want to tell you people, as we are going, we will never settle in anything apart from independence. As we are going, we will not look back. Remember and don't forget, we have done more than 1,000 talk shows. We did not do the talk shows so that we can come back to the very same scenario that make us to go live and talk. We have sacrificed a lot of energy that cannot come back again. We have lost a lot of money. We have had a lot of, so many of our people without legs, without body parts. So many have been gone. Some have died in Atlantic Ocean, in Mediterranean Sea. Some died in Guatemala. Some died in Mexico. Our people have been killed, murdered. They can never come back, and so too, we will never ever have Cameroon one and indivisible. That is the last thing to do before we die, before we all die. Cameroon will never ever be one and indivisible. If Cameroon, for any chance, can be one and indivisible, then our people must come back to life. If it happens that our people they kill can never come back to life, then I must assure you people here, to the last man standing, Cameroon will never be one and indivisible. Cameroon can only be indivisible if the people they have killed come back to life. If the division they have caused among us that have led to our problems have never existed. So long as Cameroon have caused us a lot of divide and rule, a lot of chaos, kill our people, and those people will never come back. Mame Api will never come back. Sam Soya will never come back. Don't forget. Therefore, Cameroon will never come back to one and indivisible. I am done for today. Thank you so much. Meet you in 10 minutes in Activism Talk Show. 10 minutes we are coming live for activism. This was just a reply to Cameroon government and their surrogate. This is Major General Verla, one of the activists and frontliner for the Amazonians independence struggle. Thank you so much. God bless all of you that came here and shared. Continue to share it even when you come later. Thank you so much and have a wonderful time. Bye.